I might get a lot of static or something. But I'm trying to find the thing. You can see that's the Chrysler building, and it's very close to Grand Central, so they delay all phone messages. I'm gonna see if I can switch over to 5G. Maybe as you can see, 5G is official network thing. Today I'm gonna show you all a little bit about physics, chemistry, and nuclear. That's the Chrysler building. That's the blue sky above Manhattan. And I hope you all view. Those are called Zephyrs. That's where the Zool building is for Ghostbusters. And this is today's paper, Gay City News. Queer Catholics cautiously welcome new pope. Here's the thing though, if you're a Catholic, you're not really queer. Catholic is the worst word of all time to describe what you're doing. We have a whole bunch of rituals for a Catholic. You want to be entry level weird, be queer. You want to be top tier queer, be Catholic. So today, just like any educator in all this, I'm just going to be like a guest speaker telling you all about my life. So far, over 48 years, God hasn't killed me yet. And in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, there's a 1,000-year reign. This is only year 48. I'm doing pretty good. So, this is the front page of Serving Gay, Lesbian, Bi, and Transgender New York. Transgender is a very loaded term, and there's a lady, non-binary book bike. Everyone deserves to see themselves on the shelf. So if I was going to do my memoirs, it's like, allowed feminism. I ain't dead yet or something. So I'm just going to show you basically how to do physics. It's very hard to do this, like, squatting. And then here's an advertisement, Summer Elevated, Mall Drive or maltdrive.com. Take a screenshot if you want to have a pool, rooftop, lounge swim all day. Schedule a tour today. Panoramic city views. Okay? So now, what do you know about atoms? From when I was taught all them years ago, there are two main components to an atom, like a nucleus and electrons. Inside the nucleus are protons, and all the electrons circle around the nucleus. Just like this, the Earth and circles around the sun, the moon circles around the Earth, the Milky Way galaxy circles. Right? So I'm going to use this to demonstrate. And there's 13 of you. Stay around just for a minute. Then you can destroy all America or something. So I'm going to show you. We have 4 electrons, let's say. 1, 2, 3, and 4 electrons. Right? You see the electrons? And in the middle is the nucleus. Right? So it's like that. It's a plus sign. And then these are that circles. Right? So there is a connection in all of this. Hi, Bessie. Do you know all about electrons and nucleus and protons? That's a very simple shape. Science. Yeah, I'm glad. You're smart. You must be like 160 IQ. Now, there is a field, like let's say you have a plus and a minus, and then they connect. There's an interaction between the two. Like ants, they go like that, and it becomes really strong. And then that strengthens the nucleus and the electron. So in this is very weak. You see that? You don't know? Okay. Well, that's the point of this educational thing. I'm going to teach you about physics. Physics is a very pure science. There's medicine. But if you don't know the laws of physics, you might break all the laws of physics, at least in this reality. So I show you that the plus, the proton, and the electron, there's an entanglement, Our goal is to make it very, very strong. But first we start out weak here. So there's, like in any bar magnet, one side is going to be north and the other is going to be south. And then when you have a plus, sometimes it's north, 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 north. They align. Okay, that's pretty cool, right? So in this bar magnet, the north, or let's say this is south, it can attract. See that? So there's three of you. You guys know what's coming, right? You have to be idiots if you don't know how politics and physics intertwine. They both start with P. So you can all leave now. They're like, this is for adults only. Viewer discretion is advised in all this. I disclaim this thread. What I've shown you so far, that's good enough for entry level accounting or something. But if you want to go high level, the next level, and explore all your power in this reality, this part is very important. So if you're staying, that means you agree with all I say. You can leave now. You have all these TikToks to watch. Dances, Fortnite dances, crying, happiness, voting for Trump, not voting for Trump, walking around with working knees. So I'm going to just do a poll for all three of you. That's me. Are you all interested in next level power? Now, there's no shame that attaches if you say yes or no. It's just meaningless to you. It's just like a video game. Those aren't real human beings. They're just pixels, right? So one button press of genocide, they'll respawn. We all know this. We played World of Warcraft or MMORPGs. The kobolds will always over-reproduce because there's all new players who want to level up. You have a main character, you have an alt, and it's the same thing. You just find different ways to genocide a helpless population, right? So just press the button, yes or no, and then you have next level power. It's also neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. Are you all ignorant of that? Because, I'm just sitting around here. This is Grand Central, 42nd Street. As you can see, there's the 4, the 5, and the 6, and the 7, and the shuttle. So if you don't know or care about how to go around New York, you're probably going to get robbed. I could have asked Nicole, do you all want to get robbed by New Yorkers? Indianapolis. Because the Knicks are on the way, and Pacers in 4 or whatever. Okay? I don't really care about Indianapolis. I don't live there. So, in the absence of a yes or no, silence means assent. Assent means, yes, I agree to all of this, because you have some lawsuit or the high-powered lawyers to come and file a lawsuit. That's fine. Some people call it a lol suit. They just laugh you out of court. Okay? There you go. 2 of you left. The smart ones. 1 person voted. Good. I dedicate this live stream to you. One of these interested people can gain all the power and change events and history. Remember a guy who voted yes, you know? Only the winner rewrites history, all of it. So whoever you are, either Bessie or somebody else, will learn all about my understanding of physics and magnetism. Now there's electricity, and then magnetism. On your screen, it might be reversed. Hey, Don. So I knew a judge in Florida. So let me catch you up in all this. Basically, I was showing like physics. You know this too, because you deserve this. All the others are quailing and scared. They left, but you're interested in the next level power. So basically, in a bar magnet, there's a north and south. You know this basic stuff. In Florida, all things. And then this is a negative charge electron, but there's still a chance it's a bar magnet. This is the nucleus and it has a cross. So it aligns with the south pole, south pole, south pole, south pole. Right? So I want you to imagine you have this nucleus and all these electrons wander into the orbit, like that. Some are weaker and then it clusters. So I was telling these guys, once you've established a positive and a negative, at first it's tenuous, and as it goes on, just like mailing cat meat to a thing, or visiting your girlfriend. This is Dawn and is a girlfriend. The first time they meet, I'm not sure about you, but I like you. And then it becomes like this. You see each other all the time. So you see this setup, right? So you have the positive in the nucleus, the proton. You have the electron circling around clockwise, right? Isn't that great? Let's just align these things. Do you see what I'm getting at? Dawn? Now, between the North Pole here and the South charge of these, just like you and your girlfriend, it starts to connect. Doing, 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 doing. It starts to connect. Very, very thin. You know? You see it? You see it? So, as you guys were dating, it's like, why do you keep your toothbrush on my sink? Bitch, this is my place, and then it's a back and forth. Until you have something called a marriage. Common law cohabitation. Guided by this symbol. As you interact with other people, the bond gets stronger and stronger. It's an odd thing, like ants. They kind of do this and do that. And it gets thicker. So the charge builds up, this charge builds up, this charge builds up, and this charge builds up. Now remember, this is positive. So the more interaction, the stronger the charge. You know what I mean? It just gets really, really strong. And because the directionality of the electrons have to spin around there, isn't that odd? You know what I mean? Now, to catch you up, oops, this is Gay City News. Caravan host 991. And queer Catholics. One of these terms will win. It's like French vanilla. Cautiously welcome you. French vanilla is still vanilla. It just has custard. Catholics with queer, are you still Catholic? You just want to dress up like this. Right? So there are other symbols that describe physics. This is, as a disclaimer, this is just physics. They teach us that everything is positive and negative. You know? How does this relate to marriage? Well, glad you asked. You can get married in an encino. Right? That's possible. This is physics. There's a big difference between physics and Kanye. Okay? That's Kanye, Omari West. He's doing something. I don't think he's doing anything else other than physics. This is the universal symbol of physics because it has the cross and it has the electrons. You see? And all I'm doing is showing all the connections between this. Just like this, this is East 42nd Street. All those years ago, it was just a dirt road. And then maybe there's some horses. But now look at it. It's just becoming asphalt. So this is basically what you see. In fact, if you do, like let's say this is 42nd Street and this is Lexington, that corner is this. See that? What? This is physics, Lope. In fact, what's the first letter of loquacious? It's L. Right? Are we all on point? Loquacious Jackson starts with L. So all you do is rotate it 90 degrees. Like that. Right? It's basically like that. I have fingers. You're a loser. I can rotate it 90 degrees. My hand hurts after that. So since it hurts, I'll just rotate it this way. Right? I can't really rotate my hand. I'm going to break my hand. And from here, I rotate it another way. If you go to Home Depot, you got an angle bracket. The screws go here and here. You're going to tell me an angle bracket is illegal? Jeez, Louise. How do they build all these structures without a 90-degree angle bracket? Okay? So basically, to reiterate, this is the positively charged um, nucleus. These are the electrons who are growing steadily and steadily stronger. It's usual to use that. This is the positive positron, negatron. Okay? Or let's say there's LoJack, right? And then he likes Starbucks steps. The first day he tried it is like that. I like it, I'll keep doing it. And Starbucks says, you're welcome. And soon you just interact. You have 10,000 steps. So you be careful. I'm just doing physics. You know? Is physics bad? Can you all write physics is bad? And then I can just fuck off. I'll focus on linguistics. I'm using language, you're using language. Right? So you see, Sean, some symbols like this. Is this bad? Is that a bad symbol? Same pen. Is this bad? Same pen. And then, I love physics. Is this bad? So how is this illustration bad? Can you all tell me? I'm denoting the I'll just keep doing it. There's a plus, there's a positive and a negative. For every positive, there's 4 negatives or more. And then you have something called electron clouds. Acting. So I told Lorne Michaels all about positivity and negativity. See, Lorne, this is you. This is Keenan Thompson and 3 Black Lives Matter people who choose to remain anonymous. So he's a friend, and this is the North, and you're attractive. You see? But the other people don't know you yet, Lorne. And so Keenan set this up. Let me handle all of that, because Lovitz starts with L. Okay? So Germany is very popular. There was something about National Socialism, but I figure it's just like this. Queer Catholics cautiously welcome new pope. Now that's a noun, right? Oh, sure. Well, you can all rewind. Why would I repeat? I give all new information. So anyway, National Socialism, National Socialists cautiously welcome new pope. It's the same thing as a noun, queer Catholics and French vanilla. Now, if I write, because of nouns, French vanilla, here, the non-binary and book bike, everyone deserves to see themselves on the shelf. If I see this lady and she allows her image, it's like books, baby first words. If your baby's first words is, or even worse, okay? Now here I am, police walk by me all the time. You can all call the FBI or 911, tell them that there's a guy seated at the corner of 42nd and Lexington Avenue, and many, many black people here. Okay? And then I could write international, allowed. And it changes the NS to ISA, And that's visa is all about. The V is important. Victory, International Socialism Allowed. Visa. Now there's also another word. Let's say we put this. Is IGGE meaningful? I know mother, OTH. Here. This fits. MIGGER is not a real word. Mother is a real word. MOTHER. So, I'm going to just put, lazy. NOTHER. But since this is typical, there's a word called atypical. You can write another. There's no such thing as a mother. Get it? So anyway, I'm just gonna leave this here, and I'm gonna sign this. You know, all NBM, because sometimes you have an anthem. Okay. So anyway, let's look at the classifiers. See, these are all public notices. When you have a contract and you change something in the contract and somebody else signs it, they accept all your changes. If they don't, you know they're pussies. Right? So do you think you could do all this locally in Australia, Shaw? Do you have some sort of gay city news with serving gay, lesbian, bi, and transgender? And there's somebody like this, and there's a big thing, and you could say international socialism allowed, and then you put the N and 4 underscore to illustrate your visa. Right? Now I want you to take that word, fantastic. I think it's fantastic. So you said fantastic, right? Here's fantastic. Fantastic. Haha, yes, fantastic. But there's also another 9-letter word called Holocaust, or Nathaniel, or in this case, Jerussalem. I just made up this word because we all know Jerusalem isn't a real word at all. It's just like fantastic. Okay? So in the middle of Jerusalem is the USA. What the hell is a jur? And what is a lem? You know? What the hell is a tash? Well, I know you're a fan, and they have ticks. So here, there's a missing thing in this 3x3 matrix, like tic-tac-toe. You start with an X, 0, and we all know it's a draw. What 3 words belong here? Let's try my name instead of Holocaust. Nathaniel. Does this word make sense at all? Fanjernat, Tasusahan, and Tiklemiel. Right? Doesn't mean anything. Maybe Fanusayel or Natusatik. This makes sense. Fantastic. This makes sense. Jerusalem. Nathaniel makes sense. That's cool. But if you do 3 more things, guess what you just drew? You highlight this and that, and you highlight this and that, and you highlight this and that. That symbol is in the center of all things, whether you start with a positive or a negative. Here. Now let's do the Jerusalem or the Israeli thing. Okay? As above, so below. Right? Inside there is a hexagon, which is another bunch of diamonds. You can make 2 diamonds and a triangle, 2 triangles, right? So now you have 1 triangle, 2 triangle, 3 triangles, 4 triangles, 5 triangles, 6 triangles, 7 triangles, 8 triangles, and a diamond. Doesn't this look like a person who likes to burn things? Fire. And then he has like these for some reason. I don't know. It's all Swahili to me. There's nothing. Even the Philippine flag. I'll show you. This. It's that. This is the peacetime one. Okay? This is blue. This is red. There's a big star in the middle. And then 3 big sun in the middle. And 3 stars. There's no way this could be some misconstrued, right? Except this angle bracket is there. And much like this angle bracket, you start, let's see, the Philippine flag shoots out, boom, right there, right? and then we do another Philippine flag that shoots out, and then right there, and then we not do another Philippine flag that shoots out right there, and we do another Philippine flag that shoots out right there. And let's do the circle, close this, close this, close that, close this, and close this. And the three dots. Doing, 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 doing. These are all windmills, I think. You try all you can to avoid using right angles. I'll tell you now, because I do math too, and there's so many pages here. This is two gay guys kissing or hugging, right? So there's something. This is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. That adds up to 12. Or no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Right? So you have this rope that's 12 feet. Masons use it to make a right angle. Right? So you see his eyes and his mouth making that. And you see his eyes and his nose making that. Okay? No matter what kind of triangle you make, there will always be a center. And you will always make 3 triangles. You rotate this 90 degrees, and now you make a pyramid. Then you make a diamond. This is the apex, this is the nebula. Okay? Now, if we did the plus and then the electrons here, is that good? I'm going to do circles to distract you. Because this is all about physics, physical attraction. All. Right? We're Catholics, blah, blah, blah. The Pope has not set this on fire. But I have a lighter. Okay? You're a straight breeder now. Because I'm asking you to breed all of this straightly. Reproduce all my work, or something bad will happen to you, Sean. All I trust are under the same spell as me. Make America or Australia great again, or you're going to regret it. That's what Moloch is all about. And so I leave this. You see this? Yeah, please do. It's a lot to unpack. I started with an innocuous physics, and guess what fucking symbol is in the middle of it? I tried to escape it, actually. There's no fucking way. At all. All hope is lost. Even the word lunch starts with L, which is an angle bracket. You know, it's unchallenging. What kind of bullshit thing is, like, I downloaded this mafia game or something, or how to be president. 6 moves in, they told me I'm wrong. Fuck this. I spend a lot of time smoking, trying not to notice why my concrete is in fucking square, Sean. They could have used some other design here, and I'm going to show you. The proton has a cross already there, and then these are the negatives. That. Do you see this? Okay? There's an angle bracket. There's an angle bracket. There's an angle bracket. There's an angle bracket. All the way down. Can't miss it. It's right there in plain sight. So you can tear down all the Nazi flags you want. On top. Where are you going to put it? On the ceiling? No, you're going to drop it on the ground, which emphasizes the goddamn fucking symbol. You can't escape it. If somebody slams your head down on the ground, you notice, holy crap, there's a symbol down here. Even my country's flag, rotated 90 degrees, forms the fucking symbol. And the American flag is already 2 squares and a rectangle or whatever. This is truth. You know? So here, I'm just gonna write Sean. I'm gonna give you this fucking building. If you ever come to New York City, I guarantee you 122, that's the price. You come here, buy this building. That's not an illusion. That's a first offer. Deny it or reject it all you like. At least I know I got a no denied from Sean. Okay? And we did the asshole song. Chinese. Everybody. Fast. Everybody. Fuck you, man. You know, I was Adolf Hitler all them years ago, and I said, I'm going to destroy it. Looks like I rebuilt it. Fucking shit. Wow. From Filipino position as a 5'4" idiot with 2 IQ. I know it backwards and forwards that I can do it from any position. This is ridiculous, dude. I'm very angry. I rebuilt Mein Kampf from a pickle. How did I do that shit? You know, even in German, it's like, that is a very intriguing mystery thought experiment. We'll just call it a pickle. Yeah, good, Achtung. I must have realized I'm going to hide out, not just in Argentina, but in the center of all the people trying to find Adolf Hitler. And not only that, this time I'm going to jump and possess a stillborn Filipino boy, and nobody will fucking know. Oh, yes. Lunch position. Did you have lunch yet? That's fascist lunch. Go ahead. I've been called a Zionist. I've never been called a dentist. Some lady, and she yelled at, here, I will link this to you, because I've seen her in real life. Okay? I'm going to do it. Hi, Horsa. No small talk. Hold on. Yeah, you can always rewind. You guys are so lazy about rewinding. I have to give you intriguing material. Actually, this is 9333. So anyway, you should hear my son, Jerry Allen Seinfeld, laugh at this other girl, this girl, who called me a Zionist outside of fucking Puma on Fifth Avenue. I was like, hi, let me know what you guys are doing. Oh, the Puma supports Israel, and that's why we're boycotting them. I said to this lady, this girl, who's like, oh, all that is very good. Here's a question. Where are all your shotguns? She turned to me immediately and said, you're a Zionist. You're a baby killer. All right? This is her. Look at how high she's gone up now.
A pro-Hamas protester confronted Jerry Seinfeld, and his response was unbelievable. Check it out.
Fuck you, Jerry Seinfeld. Free Palestine. You support the genocide of babies in Gaza. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Fuck you, Jerry Seinfeld. You support the genocide of Palestinian children. You rabid fuck. Free Palestine. All right, be quiet. Free Palestine.
And that's just a short. I've been called a Zionist to my face, and I was like, is it this easy to become a Zionist? I talked to her supervisor, come here. I'm just doing incense. And then suddenly I'm a Zionist for asking about all the shotguns. Isn't that insane? It's like me walking into the White House. I'm president. You're a president. I think there's a lot more to being a Zionist than just showing up. You know what I mean? And asking an honest question. Where are all your shamrocks? Is this all your shamrocks? You're a Zionist, they said. Fucking retarded. That's just to illustrate the positivity and negativity. They're sending out ions, so when you're doing something they like, this is a positive feeling. And then when you do something they don't like, this is a negative feeling. So I change it from punitive to some other thing. I forgot. What's a good 8-letter word that starts with N and ends with E? Until negative, I don't know. I just blank. You know what I mean? There's no word in my brain Just like the hypnotist. Like, okay, I'm gonna put you under. You go deeper in trance, and all I'm gonna do is remove the number 6. Now count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect, right? They took a word that's like 8 letters that starts with N and ends with E, and just replaced it with all with negative. I don't fucking tell you. I don't know. No, it's just like, like Ozzy. Is Ozzy a complicated matter? Like Ozzy Osbourne, a complicated matter? If you can understand Ozzy Osbourne, who bit a head off a bat, it's like he just wake up, Sharon, I'm an Irish Zionist today. Sharon, very good. It's all about the pain of discipline, Horza. When you really want it, all things become small talk. I'm a small person talking. Get it? So when I say no small talk, I'm doing all the small talk. You're probably taller than 5'4". Okay? So if you don't want to rewind the stream, just Sean will just keep nagging at you. Rewind the stream. No, it's small talk. Fuck it. I don't like it. I only talk about important shit. It's basic entry level stuff. Okay? I'm down to 1% battery. All hail me. You know who I am. An aloof healer. I heal all equally, therefore I'm aloof. Isn't that odd? It matches a certain pattern name. A proper name, some say. Bye. Ha! No, I'm just kidding. Me. Oh, it's gonna get deleted and you're all gonna cry.